In today's class, I'm going to be showing you how to make two types of peplum flay, a 360-degree and a 720-degree peplum flay. So to do your 360-degree peplum flay, you take one fabric and then fold it into four. Okay, you fold it into four, and then this is your waist point. This is where you're going to determine your waist measurement. So for your waist measurements, you divide it by 4 for a 360-degree flay. So for this one, my waist measurement here is 26.5 plus 1.5 inch for zip allowance, that's 28, and I'm going to divide that by 4. That will give me 7 inches. So I'm going to create a curve that stops at 7 inches on this paper. That's the example I'm giving you. So I'm going to find where the curve stops at 7 inches here, and then I'm going to, this is exactly how the curve is looking like. This is how your curve should look, and then I'm going to mark a point here to determine the deepness of the curve. So I'm going to see here, I took mine and it was giving me 4.5. So I'm going to use that 4.5 mark to determine the rest, to draw out the line. So I'm going to determine mark out 4.5 on every point, that's in the cone form, and then connect those dots together at 4.5. So whatever inches yours gives you is what you will use to connect the dots together. So once I'm done, you can see I'm still at my 7 inches mark. That is the waist measurement plus zip allowance, okay, divided by 4. Okay, next is to create another curve which is supposed to be determining the length of your peplum. Now you're supposed to measure this, so this is just for illustrative purpose, that's why I didn't measure it. So if you want to measure, you just take the length of your peplum and then just mark it the way I did the waist measurement and connect the dots together. I'm going to take measurement in the second peplum, that is the 720, for you to see better. So it's just for you to just mark the dots and then connect it together. So now I'm going to now cut out the excess part. Okay, now I'm cutting this out. This is your waist, and then cut out the end of your peplum, so the edge of your peplum. So this is what it looks like. You open it, it gives you one circular form like this, okay, and then you cut out just one, like maybe a midpoint. This is where your zip is supposed to be. So this is what your peplum looks like when you open it up. This is a 360-degree peplum. Let's put it on a mannequin and let's see what it looks like. This is what it looks like on a mannequin. It's just a basic peplum. It's simple. It doesn't have so many ruffles like that of the 720. So let's go over and see how to do the 720-degree. So 720-degree, you need 2. Remember, 360 plus 360 is 720. So you need 2 fabrics to give you a fuller ruffle peplum. So now you're going to fold it the same way into 4, and then you're going to determine your waist point. For this one, I'm going to use a deepness of, say, 2 inches. You can just start from 2 inches and maybe until you get to your waist length, but I'm going to use 2 inches and create a dot line all through, like it's in a circular form, and then check that it matches my measurement. And in this time, so once I'll check my measurements. I'll add zip allowance. I'll also add another extra 1 inch for sewing allowance, and then divide it by 4. So if your waist measurement is 26.5 plus 1.5 for zip allowance, that's 28, plus 1 again, that's 29. You divide it by 4, and then you mark, and then you take your measurement for your waist and then mark it out. I hope you understand. If you don't understand, you can ask me in case this part was confusing. So I'm going to take the length of the peplum by just creating dots. I'm taking 3 inches as the length for this peplum, and I'm just going to mark the 3 inches for the length, and then join the dots together and then cut it out. So after cutting it out, this is what it now looks like. This is what, then I'm going to do the same thing to the second one. So these are the 2 peplum. You're just going to cut one part, just like we did the 360, and just one part. And this time you're going to join them together. Okay, you join the two edges together and sew it. This is what it looks like after sewing it. Once you open it, you will see how full the ruffles look. You can see the difference between the 360. The 360 is the one on top, and the 720 is the one below. And you can see the 720 is fuller. So this is what the 720 looks like on the mannequin. It's really full. The ruffles are much more and more beautiful. Now, if you want it to be fuller than this, you do a 1440-degree peplum, and the 1440 you divide the waist measurement by 16, and you do the peplum 4 peplum fleece. That's just like this one was 2, the 1440 would be 4. Now let's look at back what the 360 looks like. This is the 360. Okay.